Hello guys, quickly before we start the video, first thing, please get me to 10 subs. Second thing, I'm gonna start posting less because I just can't like keep up with that. So I'll post like 1, 2, 3 times a week. And third thing, it's the middle of the night right now, so if you notice I'm whispering, that's why. So let's just get into it. Now, as you may have noticed from literally everywhere,
Rittenhouse is
Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the armed teenage vigilante.
a 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist, picked up a rifle, drove to a different state to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a guy who's deeply racist, went with weapons to a Black Lives Matter protest looking to get in trouble. He did. He murdered a couple of people.
Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old kid, just running around, shooting and killing protesters.
You see the 17-year-old who was radicalized by Trumpism, took his AR-15 to Kenosha and became a killer.
A white, Trump-supporting, MAGA-loving, Blue Lives Matter social media partisan, 17 years old, picks up a gun, drives from one state to another with the intent to shoot people.
the Kyle Rittenhouse trial has recently ended. Now, if you don't know who Kyle Rittenhouse is, about a year ago, in August 25th, 2020, during the Jacob Blake riots in Kenosha, Wisconsin, a 17-year-old boy by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse decided to go down to Kenosha to help out with the riots because they're like cleaning up graffiti, helping people that got injured, stuff like that. And while he was doing that, he met some of the rioters, decided to, cause some trouble. One of them, by the name of Joseph Rosenbaum, a serial pedophile rapist, decided to chase after him and try and get his gun, try to grab his gun that he had on himself for self-protection, and he got shot. According to Tucker Carlson, he died the way he lived, trying to touch an unwilling minor. So there's that. And then he proceeded to call one of his friends and told him he just shot someone, and then he tried to run to the police, but the rioters decided to chase him down. He ran, he fell, he got hit in the head with his skateboard. No, he got kicked in the face, then hit in the head with the skateboard. Then someone pointed a gun at his. I don't know if I'm saying this in the right order, but someone got shot in the arm and someone got shot and died. So there's that. I'll show you the video now. Now, if you're like me, you may have noticed when this first happened, one of two things happened. One, every single news report station thingy was just dogging this guy, oh, he's guilty, he went there to shoot black people, he's guilty. And the second thing is, they kept calling him a racist, white supremacist, whatever. And then, the thing where everyone, even on Twitter, everyone was doing the same thing. So I was wondering what on earth's going on, right? So I went to go look at it myself, right? And it turns out this dude shot 3 white people. So I don't get how that proves racism or white supremacy or whatever, but it's beside the point. So me personally, I feel he's not guilty because you can see the video, you can see him getting chased, you can see him falling, you can see the gun. Even the person that got shot in the arm said he did not shoot me until I pointed my gun at his head.
Right?
Correct.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, that he fired, right?
Correct.
What else is he supposed? If you watch the whole trial, I watched 90% of it. You may have noticed the defense was you should have dropped your gun, or your gun is bigger than his. Why would you feel the need to shoot him? Yours is bigger than dude. a gun's a gun. If I shoot you, you'll die. Or, oh, a skateboard's not a deadly weapon. Let me hit you with the head of the skateboard and see what happens. Like, the way I feel the trial went is the prosecutor was just bad at his job. Like, even the judge was yelling at him sometimes because he, like, you know, you have the right to remain silent because anything you say cannot be used against you in the court of law. Like, that's what cops tell you. And this man chose to remain silent. And then you're not allowed to, like, bring that up. It's not allowed because he has the right to do that. And he did that, and he got yelled at by the judge. And he did something else, which I cannot currently remember, that he got yelled at the judge. He tried to add some picture with, it was just bad, and withholding evidence and everything. And people were saying, oh, he's gonna get, the case is gonna get dismissed with prejudice or something like that, which basically means the judge is gonna cancel the entire trial and you can't refile it again. Which, I mean, the dude's obviously not guilty. Come on, like, just look at the video for yourself rather than. That's another thing I learned. You can't trust, like, you really have to search for it yourself, honestly, because every single, like, news, whatever, except for like, I think Fox News, pretty sure those were, and like, some YouTubers were like, this dude's guilty. And I was like, what is going on? Because you've seen, I'm showing you the video right now, you can see what's going on. He was getting chased both times. Like, he didn't like, he could have shot every single person in that crowd, but he only shot the people that were directly a threat to him. He didn't shoot the people saying kill him, kill him, kill him. Like, I know if I was I am his age when he did that right now. I know if that was me, I would have shot a lot more people. But that's okay. That's my take on the trial. So basically, when he got his not guilty verdict, Twitter practically imploded on itself. Most of it was people, it was really split. I can't even say most, it was like 50-50. Half people thought, oh, the verdict's bad. The other half thought the right thing happened. And we're just gonna, until the 10-minute mark, I'm going to show you some tweets, like as many as I can, and then after that I'll do the Twitter montages I normally do. So basically, there were 3 things trending: Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and sue Joe Biden. So what they mean by, you can guess the first 2, by sue Joe Biden, basically because when this first happened, everyone was calling him like one racist white, they were like calling him a racist, white supremacist, militia member, whatnot. So now that the jury has come back with a not guilty verdict, he can legally sue Joe Biden. All the news and celebrities that were calling him a racist white supremacist, like LeBron, Joe Biden, CNN, and MSNBC, all of them, and just leave with a shit ton of money. I'm gonna link an article explaining how we can do that. Oh, and editor here. So the way I found out like everyone was lying about it was because you notice how CNN, MSNBC, all the big news people, like none of them had reporters there that night. So I was just like, how instead of listening to people that were sitting in their apartments in New York doing no journalism whatsoever, just dogpiling whatever the narrative they're pushing is, how about I just go find the people that were actually there? And I did. One of the people, Elijah Schaefer from Slightly Offensive, he has a YouTube channel and a second podcast with Sydney Watson called You Are Here. So I just went there and like found out because he was actually there. So, and he knows Kyle Rittenhouse. Even when the not guilty verdict came, he went to go see Kyle. So I just like, looked at the videos he had, looked at his side of the story, compared it to what I could find on my own, and that's how I figured out you can't trust people in this country. First tweet from Ben Shapiro saying, remember when Kyle Rittenhouse cries, according to the blue checks, it's just white people, tears, and inauthentic. And he put a video of him crying when he got the verdict. So basically what happened was he was put on trial, like he was put as a witness, and they asked him his side of the story. And when it went, like, I think I know he's in counseling. I think the guy has PTSD or something because he killed somebody. So I mean, that messes with your head. He started to cry when they asked him, oh, tell us what happened that night. And people were like, oh, it's fake. Even LeBron tweeted something out like, the dude took honey lemons or something before he went on the stand, like it's crocodile tears, whatnot. And the thing about that is, like now that we've seen him get the verdict, we saw the dude's knee buckle and everything, and like it's the same way he cried then that he's crying now. I think that's what Ben Shapiro is trying to say. Keith Boykin says, I knew Kyle Rittenhouse is proof that white people can still break the law, carry illegal weapons, shoot and kill people, and get away with it in America by shedding tears and claiming self-defense. Okay, so this is the thing that made me realize, like, people are just drones. Like, they don't do research for themselves. They just read a headline, they won't read an article or anything, and just blindly without thinking. Or I'm sure this dude didn't watch 10 minutes of that trial. Like, I'm willing to bet he didn't watch any part of that trial at all whatsoever. He probably just saw people tweeting shit out, and I was like, oh, so I'm just gonna copy and paste this tweet without doing anything myself. I mean, if that's how you have to farm followers on Twitter, it's do what you want, do what you will. And like, white people can still break laws and carry illegal weapons. I think he had his gun charge dropped because so what I understood from what happened was the two things that need to happen. The type of gun he was holding, there's nothing about a long barrel gun. So there are two laws before you can illegally carry that gun as a minor. So one, you will have to be below the age of 16, which he was not below the age of 16. And two, you'd have to not be hunting. You have to get those two things. You have to be with a gun and not be hunting before you qualify for it to be an illegal gun charge, like the law they're talking about here. And he's above the age of 16, so he didn't get the full qualification, so they dropped the charges on it, from my understanding from watching the trial. Another checkmark said Trayvon Martin was an unarmed 17-year-old kid. He was killed carrying a bag of Skittles. Oh, that's tough. The right wing called him a threat. Kyle Rittenhouse was a 17-year-old and armed. He got shot and killed two people with an AR-15. The right way called him a hero. Okay, one, there was so much evidence that he didn't, like, it was self-defense. Like, you'd have to understand that, like, there were videos, pictures, even the defense's witnesses were testifying that he didn't do anything, like it was self-defense. So you have to, like, factor that in with a trial where I don't know what he's talking about here, but I'm assuming there's not as much evidence. I haven't even heard of it. That's everyone heard of Kyle Rittenhouse. I haven't heard of this yet, so I can't really like say much about it. And I think when he's talking about right wing, he's talking about like politics. I don't know what that means. I'm not political. I'm 17, so like you gotta factor that in. I don't know anything, and yeah, like basically my belief is do whatever you want as long as you're not disturbing my life. This checkmark says we're still in a country where Colin Kaepernick is not a hero and Kyle Rittenhouse is not a terrorist. Awesome is awesome. Sure, America is awesome. I don't know whether he's being sarcastic, but I think he's talking about Colin Kaepernick's advert where he was like comparing being in the NFL to slavery. And I mean, as a black person, if you're willing to pay me fucking $60 million a year to be a slave and pick cotton on your farm, I'm gonna pick cotton on your farm, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Hire me, like sign me up. My email's is in the description. Email me about that shit. If you want to pay me $60 million to pick cotton, I'm gonna pick cotton for you, dude. You can even whip me while I'm picking the cotton. Like for $60 million a year, I'm gonna pick that cotton and you're gonna whip me and I'm gonna like it. Like don't. What? I should make a video about that ad. If you want to see a video about the ad, comment it. Another checkmark said Kyle Rittenhouse, quote, self-defense verdict is going to embolden a lot more would-be George Zimmermans. I have no idea what that is, who that is, not my problem. He put it in quotes, so I think he feels he's guilty. All I have to say is use your common sense, Mr. Checkmark. So many fucking check marks, dude. Like, what? How many? Did they just hand this shit out? Okay. Full frontal, another check mark says, acquitting Kyle Rittenhouse sends a message to future Kyle Rittenhouses that they're free to incite violence and then claim self-defense. This is not justice. Okay. It's like when they give you a check mark, they like minus your IQ by like everything and leave it at negative digits. Come on, like I'm 17. Like, okay, people are like, oh, he shouldn't have been there. What about the other people that were there? People are saying, oh, he had his gun illegally. So did the guy that pointed the gun at his face. People are saying, oh, what else did they say? He incited the violence. He did not. Someone pointed the gun at his head before he shot them. And I don't know, my personal belief is if you rape more than 5 9-year-olds, like more than 5 kids between the age of 5 to 9, if someone shoots you on the street, I feel they shouldn't be prosecuted for it, but that's just my personal belief. I feel we should embrace killing violent pedophiles on the street, and that's just my opinion. when you rape more than 5 kids below the age of 9, your life, I don't think of you as a human being anymore. But that's just my personal opinion. It's not like I can run for president anytime soon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And another thing I have to say is, like, just think about it. Okay, he shouldn't have been there. Everyone else that was rioting and trying to blow up a gas station with their guns and shit, they shouldn't have been there either. Okay, let's accept, okay, everyone's there with their guns, even though the dude that pointed the gun at him had his gun illegally and Cal has his legally. So however you want to say it, let's just agree to this. Okay, would you rather just hear me out, would you rather the 17-year-old boy with the medic kit cleaning up graffiti and defending people's property, whether or not you think he should have been there, whatever, he's stupid, he's 17, he's a child just like me? Do you feel the pedophile should have grabbed his gun, shot him with it, and probably raped his corpse, because you know damn well he's down for that type of shit? Or would you have, okay, he shot the pedophile, you don't like pedophiles, he shot the pedophile, he was running, the dude kicks him in the face, another dude hits him with the skateboard, Gage Grokors, I'm not pronounce his name, points the gun at his head and shoots him there? Would you prefer I'm not sure, but I think he had charges for, what did he do? I think he beat his grandmother and his wife or something. Like, you prefer that guy that got shot in the arm, you'd prefer him to live over the kid that was defending private property from rioters and looters and thieves and people trying to blow up shit for the sake of blowing it up. I mean, if that's what you're into, I guess. I feel like Elon Musk needs to just lie to everybody, build a spaceship, tell all the crazies that are tweeting this kind of bullshit that he's gonna let them fly into Mars and live in their own colony there and just shoot them into the sun. Let them just enjoy themselves there, just shoot them in the sun. Another fucking check mark. Okay, let's see if he has common sense. Okay. This checkmark, Michael Malice, says corporate journalists should be happy to tell you that Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have been there, but do not say the same thing exactly about the rioters, in large part because the latter presence was directly due to them. Oh yeah, that's actually true. They were there because of the Jacob Blake thing. I'm not gonna say anything about that before I get canceled, but he's right. This Melanie Martinez looking person with a checkmark, what not cops break law to terrorize and intimidate Puff? What the hell? How fucked is it that if I post my feelings on Kyle Rittenhouse and that bitch ass judge, I will get suspended from Twitter, making me held more accountable than either of them? Okay, so she's stupid because Kyle Rittenhouse, if you posted anything about Kyle Rittenhouse, like if he had a major following and you posted anything about him, you'd get banned. And I think PayPal didn't allow him raise funds for his trial. He got banned off everything. I think his TikTok, 4 Door More Horse, is still up. Pretty cool name, by the way. You can post things saying he's a white. You can defame his character as much as you want. It's only if you defend him that you get banned. So I don't know what this chick is trying to say here, but whatever. I'm gonna pick the ones I like, the tweets I like the most, like the memes, and then I'll just do my compilation thing at the end. Before that though, Killer Keemstar himself had this to say.
Listen, if you're mad with the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict, you're probably thinking Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty. And you probably also think that Trump was colluding with the Russians, that the Covington kids were being racist to a native man, and that coronavirus came from an animal. The issue that you're having is where you get your information.
I think he's mocking people, but I'm not going to say anything about that. The ghost of Compass Pink says, do it, Kyle. Sue Joe Biden for using your face in his ad. You can definitely do that. This dude who I feel is stupid and simply didn't watch the trial had a meme that I felt was nice, so I just put it. This is why Kyle Rittenhouse is free and anybody. The judge was actually pretty cool. If I'm being honest, I liked him. Like, other than being a judge, personality-wise, I liked him. And his accent, too. I loved his accent. Watching the trial, he made it fun for me. Live footage of Kyle Rittenhouse after using every number of corporate media, after suing every number of corporate media. And it's true, though. This man can make millions, like some serious life-changing money. Kyle Rittenhouse watching the defamation lawsuits pile up in real time. Okay, he stuck his face on that meme of Leonardo DiCaprio raising a glass. You get it. You get it. He's gonna be rich. Kyle Rittenhouse is American hero and Anthony Fauci is still a mass murderer. I agree with that, because who kills puppies? Who does such sick things to puppies? Like, you'd have to be, and he chose harmless, defenseless puppies on, like, they can't hurt the scientists on purpose. Like, they said that's just wrong, dude. Like, there's a special place in hell for that, dude, honestly. Kyle Rittenhouse was freed on International Men's Day, and that is true, but obviously none of you knew it was International Men's Day, because who cares about men, am I right? And like, for good luck for the rest of the day, subscribe for good luck for the rest of the week. If you enjoyed the montage, feel free to subscribe with notifications on, and enjoy.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cause to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.